Australian 1-cent coin from 1978. Welcome back to FC Coin World, where we explore the rich history of coins from around the globe. Today, we're going to take a detailed look at the Australian 1-cent coin from 1978. In this video, we'll cover its origins, the design process, key historical context, and how this little coin made its mark in Australian history. Let's get started. The Australian 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 as part of Australia's transition from the British pound to decimal currency. This move was part of a broader global trend in the 1960s, where many nations modernized their currencies to make them more efficient for trade and accounting. Australia officially transitioned to a decimal system on February 14, 1966, which saw the introduction of coins in 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50-cent denominations. The 1-cent coin was a staple in Australian wallets for decades, but it was more than just a unit of currency. It reflected a changing Australia one that was modernizing rapidly. But by the late 1970s, inflation and rising production costs were starting to make low-denomination coins less practical. The design and features of the 1978 Australian. Now let's talk about the design of the 1-cent coin, which remained consistent throughout its mintage from 1966 to 1991. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was standard on all Australian coins from 1966 until 1984. The reverse side, however, features a native Australian animal, the feathertail glider, an intricate and detailed design by Stuart Devlin, an acclaimed Australian jeweler and coin designer. Feathertail glider was chosen for its uniqueness and to represent Australia's diverse wildlife, a theme consistent across Australia's decimal coinage. 1978 was an unremarkable year for coin production in terms of mintage numbers, but it holds its own significance. Approximately 131.4 million 1-cent coins were minted in 1978. This was part of a continuing pattern in the 1970s of producing large quantities of low-denomination coins due to their widespread use in everyday transaction. However, while the mintage number was high, these coins were being produced at a time when their utility was beginning to be questioned. Inflation in the late 1970s and early 1980s was eroding the purchasing power of the 1-cent coin, foreshadowing its eventual phase-out. To fully understand the 1978 1-cent coin, we need to consider the broader economic context. The late 1970s in Australia were characterized by high inflation, slow economic growth, and significant social and economic change. As costs rose, the value of smaller denomination coins diminished. Despite this, the 1-cent coin remained in circulation, with millions minted each year. It wasn't until 1992, well after the 1978 coin's production, that the Australian government decided to withdraw both the 1-cent and 2-cent coins due to their declining usefulness and the rising cost of products. By 1992, the 1-cent coin had officially been withdrawn from circulation, though it remains legal tender. Its withdrawal marked the end of an era for Australia's smallest coin denomination, but its legacy lives on among collectors and historians. Coins like the 1978 1-cent have become prized not for their monetary value, but for their historical and cultural significance. Today, the 1-cent coin, particularly those from earlier years or in uncirculated condition, can fetch prices that are far higher than their face value, driven by interest in Australia's decimal currency, history, collectability, and market value. So, is the 1978 1-cent coin worth anything today? While its intrinsic metal value is negligible, it holds value as a collectible. In the numismatic market, a well-preserved, uncirculated 1978 1-cent coin can be sold for several dollars, especially if it holds historical or sentimental value for the bearer. Visuals. Examples of the 1978 1-cent coin in different grades, auction listings, and collector displays for everyday collectors. The 1978 1-cent is an accessible piece of Australian history. With millions minted but few remaining in pristine condition, its iconic design and connection to Australia's decimalization make it a timeless collector. The 1978 Australian 1-cent coin may be small in value, but it carries with it a big part of Australia's monetary history. From its striking design to its eventual withdrawal, this coin is a perfect example of how currency reflects the social and economic changes of its time. Visuals: coin collection fades out as music plays softly in the background. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of the 1978 Australian 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Our Coin World for more detailed insights into the world of coins. See you next time.